will start with statistics slide. So we had a quite high rate of NEET in Ukraine, which was over 20% until 2014. Then it started to decrease, and it was 16.5% in 2017. And it's basically the last statistics on exactly needs that we have in Ukraine, because it's not also a legal term in Ukraine. So this was the statistics by International Labor Organization. And then we can only find statistics in local sources on unemployed young people, which was 19.5% in 2021, and it started and it continues to raise. And also we have this imbalance in gender rate, because in the total amount of young unemployed people we have 72% of women. The main challenge for involvement young people in education is the lack of financing of educational institutions, because the lack of money leads directly to the poor quality of education, and poor quality of education directly leads to the less amount of students. And basically, as educational institutions do not have enough state money, they rely on the money that students pay for their studying. And when we have the less number of students who wants to study, we have lack money for universities, and big circle close, and it becomes worse and worse every time. And the main challenge for involvement young people in employment is high competition and lack of working places, because in 2022 we had 8 officially unemployed people competing for one job, and it's only official unemployed, so it can be even more in real life. The main reason for existing needs in Ukraine for now is war. Due lots of the reasons, people lost their jobs because they have physically destroyed their working place. Some companies are closed due to the crisis, financial crisis, and also we have an increase of numbers of groups such as internally displaced person, people with disabilities for whom it's harder and harder to get new job or new education. And another reason we wanted to emphasize outside of the war is mismatch between what education system gives and what a labor market demands.
But in order to support the youth in Ukraine and to reduce the overall percentage of the country, there are some initiatives. And firstly, there is an online education, so it's not obligatory to attend all the classes offline, which is extremely useful for those who are IDPs or for those who are refugees abroad. And we also have adjusted of entrance exams, which is good for those people who want to go to higher institutions, but they cannot enter entrance exams in those cities or even in the country. Plus, we have some financial support for those people who are talented, who have good achievements in the education, and we also have monthly allowance for them. When it comes to employability, we have different employment centers in Ukraine, in all the big cities and in the regions as well. So they provide some financial support as well as free professional courses, and then they have access to the job as well. And we also have a great initiative from our government. It is a financial support for those people who are willing to start their own business, and which is great as firstly it helps to develop entrepreneurial skills throughout the country, and secondly it gives some spaces for new workers, so it's some key working spaces. And we also have a lot of destroyed buildings in our country right now. So those people who are not employed and who are willing to restore those buildings, they can have some financial compensation as well. And when it comes to a civic society organization, I guess they play such a crucial role now. They provide different networking activities, so there is a space for potential employers and employees to meet each other. And we also have different international exchange opportunities, which helps to gain some professional and personal skills. And we also have big access to free educational tools where you can gain some hard skills, soft skills, which are exactly relevant in your field where you're interested. I guess that's all for Ukraine. Thank you.
Questions? I have a question actually. I don't know, it's maybe the answer would be like any personal information that you have, because I'm really wondering when the war started and the government started calling young people to be part of their army. Was there any difference between those that were in NEET and those who were employed? Like, did they call first the ones that were in NEET, basically people who are free at the moment, than the rest? I don't know, this is for sure there is no official statistics in this, I believe, but maybe you know something.
I would say it doesn't work. It didn't work like the call. I mean,
The force, rather.
yeah, there were at the beginning, just as we started, there were lots of people who desired to go, like young people, and there were like both people who just finished school or who were like at school or who just started education or not started. So we have only like obligation, let's say by age, but we don't have this kind of difference that those who are not. Yeah, actually, okay. Those people who are in universities, they are not obliged, as well as in Georgia, they are not obliged to go to the war now. But if you are not in university and you are over 18, they can mobilize you like any moment. So that's
So yes, basically meaning like needs were called first. Because they're not in education.
Yes.
Okay, any question? Okay, thank you.